Hello, my friends. This is Denise with Modern Priscilla Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. Today's reading is a pick a card, so we're going to have some fun. The question today, am I pregnant? Well, first of all, I want to say I wish you the best of luck. I know it is a very emotional time when you're trying to get pregnant and you're disappointed and you don't get pregnant, So I do wish you positive energy to help you through this time, and I wish you the best luck for a positive result. All right, well, let's get started on our pick a card. I have the Everyday Witch Tarot spread out here today with my clear quartz. I like to open up the energy that way. Now let's see what we've got. All right, the question is, am I pregnant? And what I'm going to do, I am going to live shuffle, and I will be setting out 3 piles. So let's get going. All right, here we go. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I will include timestamps. That way you can jump around or fast forward to your pile easily. So what I'm going to ask you to do is calm your mind. Focus on the question, am I pregnant? And see where your attention is drawn. Select your pile, and let's get started. Pile number 1. All right, pile 1. Let's see what you have here. Now, the question again is, am I pregnant? And the first thing I see is the Empress, which is literally the pregnancy card. So that's great. So let's see what else we have to make sense of the reading. If we were doing a 1 card and this came up, I'd be like, woo! All right, so let's see what else we have. We have our Page of Swords. The Page of Swords. Now, always pages are about new messages, new information. It's kind of about the beginning of a journey. Excuse me. Being swords, this is all about finding ways to be adaptable. This is about somebody who is able to do this because they have a real thirst for this. They have they're a fast learner. Like I said, they have new ideas. They have new ways of communicating. They are very much anxious to get started. Now, this is the energy card, so this will apply to each of our cards in the spread. Okay, so eager to get started, excited, new ways of adapting. What have we got? We have our 10 of Cups. Guess what the 10 of Cups is? The 10 of Cups is all about emotional well-being and good times. Can you see how the artist depicted the meaning of this card? It's a family. That's fabulous. That's a family. Look, they're having a picnic. They even have a little cat, babies, children. I mean, it's that emotional satisfaction of having that family moment. So fantastic for being pregnant and starting a family. Boom, the Empress. What? This is really, really good. As I was telling you earlier, this is the pregnancy card. This is about childbirth. This is talking about, needing tender loving care, which clearly a pregnant woman would need to take extra tender loving care, and other people would hopefully be doing the same. This is a very nurturing card, something that has a very gentle energy. It is very much about growth and development. And as you can see, our Empress here is pregnant in the card. Fantastic for a pregnancy reading. Now, this one is even, well, I don't want to say just as good. That one's really the slam dunk, but this one is really good too. This one talks about a lucky break. This talks about wishes fulfilled. This is exactly where you are. Obviously, this is your wish, or you would likely not be asking the question. I don't know if you've been trying for a long time or if you've had medical obstacles of some kind that are getting in the way, but this says that luck is on your side. So my friend, it is looking fantastic. This one that came through was the real, like, exciting one. As I said, this is our energy card, so it will apply to all of it. Again, this might also be indicating, though, because we have the successful pregnancy. That's what we have right here. Okay, so that's all very clear. But when you have your clarifier, the energy card as the Page of Swords, clarifying each of these, they are saying this, is saying that, make sure you are open to new ways of communicating. Use, your thirst for knowledge. Learn as much as you can. Even if this is a smooth and uneventful time in terms of getting pregnant, and you don't have a physical issue or things like that, your mind can do so much to your body without you even realizing it. So this is saying, you know what? Be calm. Be looking for more ways to take care of yourself, whether this is specifically medical kind of information, whether this is just being calm, finding new ways to communicate with others to eliminate stress and things like that. This is that card saying to, make sure you're doing that. Continually be looking for new ideas to improve your health, to keep your health, mental health, physical health, all of it. So, just be really attentive to self-care. That's the way to put it. Oh, pile one, it is looking really good for you. Again, please make sure to drop a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this, and I wish you the best of luck. Pile number two. All right, pile two. Let us find out, are you pregnant? Let us see what we can see. Okay, so this card here, and the first one I put down, that is my energy card. This serves as the strongest energy that the cards are picking up on, and it will serve as a clarifier for each of the other cards in our spread. So what have we got here for energy? We have our Six of Pentacles. Now, our Six of Pentacles is all about giving, receiving, helping. Now, I don't know what you might have been doing in terms of your actual, conceiving and having a stable pregnancy. If you've been having trouble, if you haven't been having trouble, either way, this card does apply. Even if it's smooth sailing and you're just waiting for the happy moment, or, like I said, if you've been trying and been disappointed and you're feeling that kind of frustration and things like that, this talks about looking for the help of others. Now, if you're struggling to get pregnant, this could mean helping yourself. Do you know how much we can do with our mind? Stress blocks everything. Haven't you heard the story about somebody trying to get pregnant? They can't get pregnant. They decide they're going to adopt a child, which is a fabulous thing, obviously. But the minute they adopt the child, or soon thereafter, they end up pregnant, right? Well, guess why? Because their stress has been eliminated. Their focus on, I am not getting pregnant. Can't say, I am not getting pregnant, because then the not is what the universe is hearing for you. So help yourself by being careful with your thoughts, with your stress. This will help you in either scenario, like I said, medically, if you're having trouble, or if it's just you're curious because you're excited. Either way, you need to be watching that. That's for your overall health. Now, another consideration with this card, if you are having trouble to the point where you've done everything you can or you've exhausted all the other methods, it is saying, seek other help. Don't give up. There you go. Don't give up. All right. So what have we got here? We've got our 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles talks about being comfortable. It also talks about legacy. And by legacy, I'm talking in particular about family. As you'll notice, the artist has put in here, we've got the grandma, the grandpa, we've got the dad, we've got the children, so again, it implies things that are built over time on generations. So that could be money, that could be genetics, the health you receive. Again, it's everything that kind of comes down from family. So what this indicates to me in terms of your question, your situation, how was it when your mother got pregnant with you? What was her pregnancy experience like? Do you have anything? Your aunts, your grandma, the other women in your family, a sister, people that you're genetically connected to. Now, if you are unaware of your genetic history, like if you've been adopted or something like that, then it might be a little harder if you don't realize or know, if you weren't able to get that kind of information. But I wouldn't stress too much about that. I would say to you, if you are unable to research that, I would go ahead and I would start researching genetic things that could have kind of been passed down. Now, hyper focusing on that is not going to do well with this card. So that's what this is saying. If for some reason, like I said, if you've been adopted or you're just not in touch with your family or in some way and you can't get that information, don't panic. That's what this says. Be careful, be good to yourself. If though, however, you can get that information, this might be somewhere to look, okay? See what's going on with that. The other highlight with this card being the 10 of Pentacles, it talks about the end of a journey with a family. So this implies that this is something that you are going to be able to achieve. So a pregnancy is still there. Does that make sense? All right, next we have our 5 of Pentacles. Pentacles, again, notice Pentacles. This is health. Pentacles symbolizes health. This card indicates kind of being kept out a little bit. It talks about friends sticking together. Now, I don't mean literally friends. This could be your partner. Obviously, you have a partner or you had a partner. It takes 2 to get pregnant. But what this is saying is that you potentially want to be able to lean on yourself. If you're still together, which, would be ideal, then right there, you've got your answer there. But if for some reason you're not together anymore, this would talk about leaning on your friends. A support system is so important. One other thing, like I said in the beginning with this card, is it does imply being kind of kept out. Okay, so next we have our 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands. Now, Wands is the suit of growth and effort. This talks about standing your ground. This talks about being firm no matter what comes at you, to continue to be strong. I'm going to tell you what I think is going on here. I think the possibility of pregnancy is there. Achieving that family is absolutely something that is in the cards, no pun intended, in the cards for you. But what it's looking like is, although that pregnancy is possible and likely, that's what we're picking up on here, it looks like right now you may not have you wouldn't test positive right now. You might not be pregnant at this very moment, being kept out, right? And then here, stand your ground, keep trying. You know why you're going to keep trying? Because this is possible. This is right there ready for you to take. Do you know how you're going to get there? You're going to get there by helping yourself, by taking care of yourself. Now, by taking care of yourself, I'm not just saying, make sure you drink water and take your vitamins. I'm talking about pamper yourself. I'm talking about watch your stress levels, your focus. It doesn't mean you have to ignore reality or that you can stop your thought because this is what you want. Of course, you're going to think about it. But, the higher the level of, what's the word? Well, the thoughts, the focus, if you are really getting in there and it's causing a negative reaction in you, that's what you need to stop. You might want to check into sort of that family history. That might help you, especially if you are trying to get pregnant and finding it very, difficult for whatever reason. But again, I don't think the cards are saying that I don't think you are right at this moment, but it is coming. Woo, pile do. That is exciting. Please leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you think. And keep me updated if you feel comfortable. I'd love to hear, and I'm wishing you the best as always. All right, pile 3. Let us see what you have. Again, the question is, am I pregnant? Am I pregnant? Okay. So let's see what we've got. This card serves as my energy card. What this means is this is the strongest energy that the cards are picking up on at this moment, and it will serve as a clarifier for each of the cards in our spread. So what have we got? We've got our 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands talks about being kind of in the beginning of trying to work things out. It can indicate sometimes being inexperienced. You might reflect on this. Is this, well, first of all, is this something new that you've just started trying for a baby? That could be why it's here. If not, and you've been trying for a while, it could mean that you need to reach out and get some advice. Now, whether that's from a medical person, which would obviously be ideal, or if it is talking to perhaps your mom or somebody who obviously is a woman that get some of the feelings or the understanding of what might be coming up and things like that. The real important thing that I need to point out is focusing on the fact that you're not pregnant is going to bring more energy of not being pregnant. Do you see what I'm saying? So you can't deny reality. You're not going to walk around saying, I'm pregnant, when you're not, obviously. You can't turn off your thoughts when you recognize, I'm not pregnant. But you can say to yourself, you know what? I'm not pregnant yet. I am looking forward to when I am pregnant. Obviously, if you could take the not out of there, because it's a negative, the universe doesn't understand negative. So it just hears, those kinds of things. So take the not out. I am pregnant, or I am excited about becoming pregnant. Those kinds of things. I know it sounds like, well, I can't, my thoughts are my thoughts, but we have a lot more power with our mind than we realize. So this is saying, a bit of an experience, and you might want to reach out to some people. We've got some awesome news. We've got some real awesome news here. We have our Ace of Pentacles. This is a new opportunity. This is something new regarding health. This is something new, again, regarding health. What's involved in health? Pregnancy. So this is great. So a pregnancy potentially coming. So let's see what these are so we can make sense of the whole thing. We've got our 5 of Swords. Now the 5 of Swords is saying don't rush in too quickly in terms of confidence. Don't rush in, and forget about taking care of yourself and all these other things. I mean, don't assume, you know what, take your pregnancy test. Sometimes a false positive is not likely, but a false negative can happen. Now, I'm not a doctor. I am not a scientist. I am not trying to pretend to be one, but I did read that, a false positive does not typically happen because it's obviously reading the HCG hormones in your urine or whatever you're doing. If you are concerned about your test being accurate, then this means you need to go to the doctor to have a confirmation test. So if you got negative tests, you know what that means? It means don't despair. Look at her crying there. Look at her crying there. Now, it might be legit. You might not be pregnant. If it's negative and, wait a few days, if you still haven't gotten your period, well, then take another test. They're not that expensive. And it will also help you to stay positive. Imagine seeing the plus sign or the yes or whatever kit you're using. Imagine that. But if you are having trouble with the test, this means you need to go to the doctor to have an official blood test for them to measure that HCG hormone. I'm pretty sure it's HCG, it's called. Yeah. So this is saying, you know what? That pregnancy is coming. This is your spark. This is your ace. There's your pregnancy. He's handing it. He's walking in. The sun is shining. But right now, I don't know that you are pregnant. This is you. The Nine of Swords is about just overthinking. Remember what I said about overthinking, those thoughts. You gotta get control of those thoughts for your own well-being. Stress does a lot to our body. Stress does a lot to our body. So, finding ways to eliminate stress, to stop the overthinking. And again, I'm not suggesting you can just turn it off and on like a light switch, but trying to stay positive, imagining that plus sign. If you get a negative here, you know what? It might be negative. It might be negative. You know what? If you're still 5 days later or 4 days later, 2 days later, whatever your patience level is, and it's, take another one, see what you get. Don't go insane. I mean, don't go buy 50 tests and take them all within 48 hours. That's crazy. Of course you wouldn't do that. But, if you're concerned, I can't stress it enough. Go to the doctor to get a more definitive test. I'll do a blood test for you. This here talks a little bit about probably that you are upset trying to get pregnant. Of course you are. This is something you want and you feel like it's not happening. If this is the beginning of your journey in getting pregnant, meaning you just started, you got to give it some time sometimes. I mean, some people, it's like right away, like boom. And when you're trying to get pregnant, it's like you feel like everybody's pregnant. Everyone is pregnant but you. All these people get pregnant, no problem. I have a quick story. I know somebody who in the past had a very hard time getting pregnant, and she went in for in vitro, eventually was pregnant with her child, and after she had the baby, within a couple months, she was pregnant again by herself on her own, naturally. She had another baby. Well, guess why? Because the pressure was off now. She stopped thinking about how she's not pregnant. She wasn't even thinking about it at all. And then boom. And then just to end up the story, guess what? A couple years later, at 45 years old, she got pregnant again. So you see, be positive. Keep picturing that plus sign. So to sum it up, it appears as though you might not be pregnant right now. There might be some issue with the testing in terms of your confidence level, which, if it's just going to help you make you feel better, if nothing else, makes you feel better, go to the doctor. You'll get your answers there that are much more definitive. But it is showing a pregnancy coming. So, see what happens with that test. See what happens. It's here. There it is. See the little pentacle? There it is. It is coming. But right now you might not be this second, but it is coming. Oh my goodness, pile 3. This is exciting. Well, I would like to wish you the best. I want to wish you a smooth pregnancy. I want to wish you positive thoughts and calming thoughts. Take good care of yourself. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this reading, pile 3. I'd love to see, and if you feel comfortable, I'd love to find out what happens for you. All right. Thank you, pile 3. All right, my friends, I am going to wrap it up. I wish you all the best. I know it's a trying time sometimes. It's hard when you're waiting for something that you're super excited about, and especially when it's a big deal like being pregnant. So I send you positive thoughts and I send you calming thoughts. Take care of yourself. Self-care is so important. All right. Well, please make sure and come back. I do uploads every day and I have a live show on Fridays. Make sure you hit subscribe on the way out, and thank you so much for letting me read the cards for you.